She means that you're not good enough. In her eyes, you're not an attractive guy. You're not high quality. You're not desirable. You're not somebody that she can rely upon. If she thought you were a catch, the fact that she has a lot going on right now wouldn't be a reason to not date you. It would be the reason that she's already sleeping with you. Let's break this down. Women are rarely honest when rejecting a man. They're unlikely to tell you the real reason they don't want to date you. Sometimes it's because they're scared of the man's reaction. A physically stronger man who is emotionally volatile and potentially very upset at her, that can be frightening to women. Evolution did positively select for women to be cautious around men out of concern for their physical safety. It's horrible to say, but women who had the instinct to lie to men to protect their feelings were more likely to survive and their genes get passed on. And that instinct is still very much operating in the biology of women today. There's also the nurture argument that if a woman has encountered, physically threatening men in her past, then she's going to be more likely to lie out of a desire to not have that situation repeat. Also, oftentimes women are just acting out of compassion. They don't want to hurt the man's feelings. And so rather than tell him the real reason why they have judged him to be inadequate as a dating partner, they make up a lie and they provide some excuse that has to do with them and not you. It's not that you're short. It's not that you're ugly or emotionally insecure. No. You're a great guy. It's me. I just have a lot going on right now. She's lying. That's not the real reason. She's just scared of how you're going to react, or she wants to protect your feelings. Now, this is not easy for some guys to believe because they don't want to perceive women in that way. They don't want to think of them as being capable of dishonesty. Men, yes, absolutely. I can believe that men are scoundrels and scumbags, but not women. Women are angelic. Women are pure. If she tells me that she has a lot going on right now, I want to believe her. I mean, it sounds plausible, doesn't it? Like, as a man, you know how stressful and awkward dating can be. So if you have a lot of commitments, a lot of emotional issues going on right now, it makes sense. Yeah, I've got heaps going on right now. I can't possibly fit more on my plate. That's why I can't date you. A relationship with you or a relationship with any guy is just too much at the moment. With everything she's got going on, she can't possibly handle that. And that's completely understandable. If you believe that, you're delusional. She won't date you because she has too much going on. But let me ask you this. If we took you right now as you are and we added 6 inches of height and we multiplied your net worth by 10 and we photoshopped your face, we photoshopped your muscles, and we gave you the emotional maturity of somebody who has just completed 10 years of therapy, would her answer still be the same? Here's the thing. For women, dating is stressful if she's dating a low-quality guy. Of course it's going to be stressful. Low-quality guys are really high maintenance. They're needy, they're insecure, they call and text too much, they don't have their own lives going on, they get possessive and jealous. With all of those emotional problems going on, if she dates this guy, she's going to have to play the role of mother and therapist. If she's a busy woman and she does have a lot of stress in her life, then it's true. She probably doesn't want to date you because she perceives that you're going to add to that stress. But it's the fact that she perceives you to be low quality that is the determining factor in her rejection, not her busyness. She has a lot going on in her life, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't want to date. It means that she only wants to date high-quality guys. In fact, her enthusiasm for dating is going to increase for these high-quality guys the more stressed that she is. The internal life of a woman is very chaotic. That's what the feminine is. It's emotion, it's chaos. In many ways, that's absolutely wonderful because to be that in touch with your emotions brings a beautiful richness to life, an ability to lose yourself in the moment that many men are rightfully envious of. But it is also a bit frightening, a bit disorientating, because to lose yourself so deeply in an emotional experience of life often comes at the expense of the more rational, logical part of the brain. The part that analyzes the past and looks to the future, predicting danger, making plans. Now, before anyone goes there, I'm not saying that women can't be logical. Of course they can be. I'm talking about the feminine as an archetype. It is beautiful and emotional, but it is also fragile if it isn't, made safe and protected by the masculine. This is why women are attracted to men of confidence and leadership, men who are assertive, even a little bit dominant. Then they achieve that relationship with the perfect synergy of masculine and feminine, balancing each other out and complementing each other, bringing out the best in one another. The woman in that relationship is more deeply able to surrender and relax into her own femininity because she feels safe and comfortable knowing that she's protected by the masculinity of her male partner. And this is the key. This is why when a woman says that she can't date because she has too much going on in her life, it's too stressful, it's too overwhelming, that's why she's lying. Being overwhelmed and being stressed means that that woman is having to lean more deeply into her masculinity than she wants to. The feminine side of her is desperate to date, desperate for some relief, but only if the man is up to the task. She wants a masculine man, someone who can share some of the burdens, relieve her of some of the responsibilities, and be that rock that she can rely on. She wants to know that he is nearby, helping guide the ship so that she doesn't drown in the storm of her own emotions. If a woman has a lot going on and she meets a high quality masculine man, then she's really going to want to date that guy, specifically because his masculinity is going to lessen the burden on her own. He's going to help her relieve some of that stress. But if she has to mother some needy, insecure, low quality guy, and suddenly she has to provide the masculine, not just for herself, but also for him, well, yes, obviously she has a lot going on right now and she can't possibly take on that burden. She's stressed enough with her own stuff. She doesn't have time to take on a charity case. So this is the lesson. If a woman ever rejects you with the line, "I've just got a lot going on right now," know that it's not her, it's you. Or at the very least, it's her perception of you. She's not attracted to you. She doesn't have confidence in your masculinity. She's not afraid of losing the opportunity to be with you because, as far as she can tell, you're going to make her life harder, not easier. She's not too busy to date. She's just too busy to date you. I'm not saying this to be a dick. It's just that men need to know this because, as well-meaning as a woman's intentions might be in lying to a man to protect his feelings, that lie actually does a lot more damage in the long run. If he walks away from that interaction thinking, "I'm great, I'm perfect, I'm an amazing guy, I'm a great catch, it's just that she's too busy right now," then he's not actually confronting those places in his life where he is coming up short. He's not going to grow, he's not going to change, he's not going to become the person that women do find attractive. He's just going to remain single. This is not likely to happen, but in a perfect world, it would actually be kinder for the woman to sit down with him and actually explain point by point all of her perceptions of where he is failing in his masculinity so that he actually has a guidebook on what to work on, what to change about himself. Yes, it hurts in the moment, but it actually informs him on what he needs to do next. Should you ever date a woman who has a sexy Instagram page or an OnlyFans account? Is there a link between a woman being low quality and her showing off a lot of skin in public? And is it ethical to run game on women? All of these topics and many more are covered in exclusive videos available on my Patreon page. This includes my latest video, which is an analysis of a poll that I recently ran on my channel asking men whether they would be okay to give up their spot on a lifeboat for women and children, as was done on the Titanic. In this video, I talk about the evolutionary origins of the perception that men's role is to sacrifice themselves for the sake of others. I talk about the degree to which that's biologically legitimate and whether or not it's still applicable in today's day and age. I go through the comments section of the poll and I talk about the validity of the arguments in favor of sacrificing yourself and those people who say that they wouldn't sacrifice themselves. Lastly, I give my personal answer to this question as to whether or not I would give up my spot on a lifeboat. For every video that I post here on YouTube, I post an additional bonus video on my Patreon page. That means that at the moment, you're only seeing half of the total content that I create. If you would like access to the other half, then please go and sign up at my Patreon. It's just a $5 a month subscription and you get instant access to a whole bunch of exclusive content. It's a wonderful way to support the channel and I would love to see you over there.